If someone comes up to me and says that no one ever makes it out of Baltimore, what are my thoughts on that? First, I would laugh in their face because I don't deal in lies, and that is absolute foolishness. Baltimore is only second to New York's Ellis Island for the number of immigrants that were looking for their freedom, right here in our inner harbor in Baltimore. Harriet Tubman's first stop on the Underground Railroad, Fells Point, right here, Baltimore. Frederick Douglass, known worldwide, internationally, as the world's greatest abolitionist, learned to read and form unions right here in Baltimore.
Cab Calloway, Billie Holiday, Drew Hill, Skip Scarborough. He wrote music for Earth, Wind & Fire.
Obviously, if you're talking to me, obviously I made it with my worldwide platinum hits, including Gypsy Woman by Crystal Waters, Make It Happy, Crystal Waters, T.I., Why You Wanna, Mary Mary, Walking, Pitbull, Took My Love, a whole bunch of things I've done.
When I hear people say no one from Baltimore ever makes it, I think of all the amazingly brilliant and creative people who have and do. I think of Pinky Cole of Slutty Vegan. I think of my former Western High School classmate, Angel Williams, who's now a film director in Hollywood. I think about author Ta-Nehisi Coates. I think of Thurgood Marshall or Jada McCrae and Chris Simon, who are the founders of Black Swan and several mental health businesses. I think of David Bramble, who is rebuilding Harbor Place.
There are so many Baltimore natives that are hidden gems and people moving the needles in companies and businesses that, again, we don't know they're there, but they're there. We have this unique perspective and this unique way of the world when you add this hustle hard mentality with the creativity that we're brought up in and the street smarts that we get to navigate any type of world or industry. It just makes for this unique person who stands out. And whether or not people know they're from Baltimore, once they know, they know.
What motivates me is the drive to provide opportunities for people of color in film and production, in front and behind the camera. Believe it or not, there aren't a lot of opportunities. I see it getting much better, but I want to speak about that and make people conscious of hiring outside of their circles.
The motivating factors for me making it and following my dreams is definitely family. I've seen entrepreneurship at such a young age. I saw what it means to be successful, to go after your dreams, to be relentless in that pursuit and to never quit. So those things that I saw from my mother, from different, positive examples, positive role models, and always having mentors.
My motivating factors for following my dreams and making it was simply my passion in the arts. Like I said, numerous occasions, this art thing that I'm doing, this talent that I have is a God-given talent, and I'm forever grateful for him allowing me to have this talent and share it with the world.
What motivates me to follow my dreams? When I think about that question, I think about my son. My son motivates me in ways that I never thought possible. I have done things in my career that I just did not know was possible, things that have happened in my career that were not even on my radar. My son is the best thing that has ever happened to me. And I want to leave a legacy of determination, hard work, and good work ethic.
Not letting people down. Not letting people down. I have fought really, really, really hard to be here. And I don't want that hard work to be in vain. That's a motivating factor for me. And also, my superpower is turning tragedy into triumph. And I want to keep being triumphant.
I am extremely motivated by the men in my family. My grandfather and my father, they both were creators. They worked with their hands, and they took that dream and they made it a reality. And that reality was able to raise a family. So when I look back at that, I want to do that same exact thing to my children and my family. So I'm extremely motivated by the men in my family.
I wanted to make my grandma proud. I wanted to make my parents and my siblings proud. And I didn't realize I could do so until I became a reader. Once I became a reader, I started thinking, and it just opened my mind up. And I had the realization that storytelling had changed me. And if storytelling could change a bad guy like me and make me want to do the right thing and want to be positive and want to help people, I thought that it could help others as well. So I became a storyteller, and I've just been living in my purpose and have been blessed and thankful ever since.
So I am thankful for my fearlessness in that capacity to just be able to keep one foot in front of the other. Sometimes that looks like, not necessarily knowing what is next, but just having the best intention for the design of your life. So I encourage you, whomever, to just take a moment to think about what brings you the best joy. And that's worked for me. Hope it works for you.
If I could give Baltimore youth one piece of advice, what would it be? I would say to just think about the question, why can't it be you? I think we compare ourselves so often and we think about what we don't have. But what about thinking about what's similar between us and the person that we admire? We have skin and bones just like they do. We have breath in our lungs just like they do. We have, there are things that we have that we may not always think about it, but we do. And so at the end of the day, I think it's not a question of, man, why do they have this and they have that? It's like, well, no, why can't it be you? If there's 1 in a million shot, then why can't you be that 1 in a million?
If I had one piece of advice for Baltimore youth, it would be to continue to practice and nurture your own selfhood and your own identity. Having a strong sense of identity can really take you very, very far, further than you ever know. When we're growing up, when we're raised, I think what we're pushed to do is to try and fit in. And sometimes we're not meant to fit in, we're meant to stand out. So nurturing, developing your own sense of identity, your own selfhood within your community and maybe even outside of your community at some points is super important.
There's a lot of people who find themselves getting astray once they've reached their success. And one of my mentors shared with me, when you get lost, go back to what got you here, right? So for the youth, I want to make sure that everybody knows and understands. Let's let the main thing be the main thing until you can acquire other things.
Whatever you think about, if there are people saying you can't do it, oh, that won't work, you'll never make it, oh no, how can you even think? Do it. Dream big. Show them wrong, prove them wrong. Dream big.
I know it sounds cliche, but it's really true. You can create anything you want to create. You can be anybody you want to be. All you have to do is put goals down on a piece of paper, work at it, strive for it, visualize it, and you will manifest your dreams.
I want to leave a legacy of believing and knowing that who you are is enough.
Allow other folks to just be able to see themselves.
I just want to inspire people and keep it real.
And the businesses started, sustained, and scaled by Black women in Baltimore.
I want to be known for helping youngsters, and I want to be an example to them and others that, following through with your dreams, you can be successful.
I want my legacy to be one that allows people to dream big and live loud.
I would want people to know that what God has done for me, God has done through me, is not limited to just me.
She turned tragedy to triumph. Her pain was purposeful. She's a testimony to other people.
I hope that my artwork and my ideologies live much longer than I can, and I can say that I made an impact in Baltimore and beyond.
To reflect my trailblazing nature, a sense of community, a sense of passion and love.
Someone who believes in traditional values, a person that was always creative, to respect hard work.
I'd like my legacy to resonate in the lives of the people I've touched.
I just want to be known as a guy who put on.
It is my goal for everyone to feel a sense of peace and love.
That I am changing narratives, changing the game, changing the world, but I'm from West Baltimore.
Yeah, that's what I want my legacy to be.